Assalamualaikum. Ikra here. Dear students, hope you are well and doing great. The video on this topic, lipids, contain instructive and educational content that is both shareable and easy to retain. So let's start. Lipids. Let's move towards the definition of lipids. It is any of a class of organic compounds that are fatty acids or their derivatives and are insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents. They include many natural oils, waxes, and steroids. As you see, here's the diagram of lipids. There is bilayer in lipid structure, so bilayer consisting of polar head and non-polar tails. So polar head is hydrophilic, that is soluble in water, and non-polar tails are hydrophobic, that are insoluble in water. So the next is classification of lipids. Lipids are divided into four categories: simple lipids, compound lipids, steroids, and miscellaneous. Simple lipids are further divided into three categories, that are fatty acids, waxes, fats, and oils. Compound lipids are also divided into three categories, that are phospholipids, sphingolipids, and glycolipids. Steroids are divided into two categories, cholesterol and miscellaneous steroid. And the last one, miscellaneous, divided into two, vitamins and lipoproteins. Here are some properties of lipids. The first one is Greek word. The word lipid is derived from Greek word lipos, which means fat. Next is biological lipids. Biological lipids are a diverse group of organic compounds and they are insoluble in water. Solubility. They are soluble in non-polar solvent like benzene, ether. Nature of lipids. Lipids are hydrophobic in nature due to predominance of hydrocarbon chains. Storage of energy. Fats and oils are principal stored form of energy in many organisms. Participation. Lipids participate in oxidative phosphorylation. Neutral lipids. Neutral lipids upon hydrolysis yield glycerol and fatty acids. And the last one is amphipathic. Many lipid molecules are amphipathic. Now we discuss fatty acids. Fatty acids are building block of the fat in our bodies and in the food we eat. Fatty acids have many important functions in the body, including energy storage. If glucose is not available for energy, the body uses fatty acids to fuel the cells instead. Fatty acids, both free and as a part of complex lipids, play a number of key roles in metabolism. First, major metabolic fuel. Second, storage and transport of energy. Third, as essential component of all membrane. And the last one is gene regulators. Here's the structure of fatty acid. At the top of the structure of fatty acid, there is carboxyl group along with the hydrocarbon chain, which makes fatty acid structure. Fatty acids are simplest form of lipids. There are three types of fatty acids: saturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, and trans fatty acids. Now here is the structure of three types of fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids. In the structure of saturated fatty acids, as you see, there is carbon-carbon single bond. While in unsaturated fatty acid, carbon is connected with the other carbon by double bond. The last is trans fatty acids, in which hydrogen bonds on the opposite side of the chain of carbon-carbon double bond. In addition, fatty acids may be essential or non-essential. Essential fatty acids. The fatty acids the body can synthesize are essential fatty acids, non-essential fatty acids. The fatty acids the body cannot synthesize are non-essential fatty acids. Here are some characteristics. The first one is fatty acids are building blocks of lipids. Second, they have a single carboxyl group and a long non-polar hydrocarbon tail that is oily or greasy in nature. Next is carbon atoms are numbered starting at carboxyl terminus, which is shown in this structure. And the last one is carbon atom 2 and 3 are often referred to as alpha and beta respectively. The methyl carbon at the last is called omega carbon. Storage lipids. Lipids are stored in the body in different forms such as triglyceride fat cell. Storage to keep the body functioning. Storage lipids include fats and oils and waxes. In the left side, oils and fats are discussed. Oils are the major component and has a percentage 95 to 99. Triglycerides are included in oils. Fats are the minor component and has a percentage 1 to 5. Triglyceride derivatives and non-triglyceride derivatives are included in minor components of fat. Triglyceride derivatives include glycerol, free fatty acid, mono and diglyceride. Non-triglyceride derivatives include phospholipids, sterols, pigments, vitamins, antioxidants, oxidation products, trace metals, and hydrocarbons. In the right side, waxes are discussed. Waxes are esters made of an alcohol chain and a fatty acid chain. A structure of waxes is shown below. Many plants have wax covered leaf to prevent water loss. Now we talk about acylglycerol. Acylglycerol can undergo oxidation on their ethylene phase, producing compounds that are responsible for the odor and flavor that stale fats have. Acylglycerol are divided into three types: monoacylglycerol, diacylglycerol, and triacylglycerol. First we discuss monoacylglycerol. Monoacylglycerol are a class of glycerides which are composed of a molecule of glycerol linked to a fatty acid via an ester bond. Next is diacylglycerol. Diacylglycerol is a glyceride consisting of two fatty acid chains covalently bonded to a glycerol molecule through ester linkage. And the last one is triacylglycerol. A triglyceride is an ester derived from glycerol and three fatty acids. Triacylglycerides are main constituent of body fats in humans and other vertebrates as well as vegetable fat. Let's move towards waxes. Waxes are diverse class of organic compounds that are lipophilic, malleable solid near ambient temperature. They include higher alkanes and lipids, typically with melting point above about 40 degrees Celsius, melting to give low viscosity liquids. Waxes are insoluble in water but soluble in organic non-polar solvents. There is characteristics of waxes. The first one is solid at room temperature, liquid at higher temperature. Next is primarily hydrocarbon in structure. Third, water repellent because they are insoluble in water. Fourth, they are smooth because they are puffable by slight pressure. And the last one is low toxicity because they have low reactivity. A structure of waxes is shown below. Structural lipids in membrane. Membrane lipids are a group of compounds which form the double layer surface of all cells. They have hydrophilic or hydrophobic parts. One end is hydrophilic and the other is hydrophobic. Hydrophilic interactions occur with each other and hydrophobic interactions occurs with water direct the packing of lipids in membrane. Here is a diagram of lipid bilayer of plasma membrane, in which top and lower portion are polar region and the middle one is non-polar. Now we discuss the main classes of lipids in membrane. The main classes are phospholipids, glycolipids and cholesterol. Now we discuss the first one, phospholipids. Its molecule has a hydrophilic head having a phosphate and two hydrophobic tails derived from fatty acids. Next is glycolipids. Glycolipids are lipids with a carbohydrate attached by a glycosidic bond. And the last one is cholesterol. Cholesterol is a waxy fat-like substance that found in all cells in the body. Here are the structure of phospholipids, glycolipids and cholesterol. In phospholipids, there is a head in the upper end and tail in the lower end. There is a phosphate group and glycerol are also present in phospholipid structure. Glycolipid. In the structure of glycolipid, sugar residue and lipid residue are present in the lipid membrane. And this is the structure of cholesterol which is shown here. Here are some major functions of lipids. They have structural functions because they are the components of membrane. Storage form of carbon and energy. Precursor for major component, for example hormones. They are insulators because they provide thermal, electrical or physical shock. They have protective coating because they prevent infections, loss or addition of electrons or compounds. They are regulators as vitamins and hormones. It helps in digestion. It also provides metabolic fuel. Lipoprotein. It is a biochemical assembly whose primary purpose is to transport hydrophobic lipid molecules in water, as in blood, plasma or other extracellular fluid. This is a general structure of lipoprotein in which cholesterol, protein and phospholipids are present, which is shown here. There are four types of lipoproteins: chylomicrons, VLDL, very low density lipoproteins, LDL, low density lipoprotein, and HDL, high density lipoproteins. First we discuss chylomicrons. It is largest lower in density due to high lipid or protein ratio. Next is VLDL. It is second highest in triacylglycerol as percentage of weight. Next is LDL. It is highest in cholesterol esters as percentage of weight. And the last one is HDL. It is highest in density due to high protein or protein ratio. Here are some functions of lipoprotein. Its main function is to transfer lipids such as cholesterol via the bloodstream. It helps the body to sustain its nerve cell and other vital cells in our body. It also helps the cell of lipids to transport energy to the muscles. Thanks.